Welcome back, everybody. BSL16 Round of 8. And yeah, man, we have another banger here for you guys. This is going to be, none other than former BSL champion Big Bonyth Protoss going up against another former BSL champion, Mihu, the Chinese Terror Terran, man. And this is going to be insane. I'm excited, man. Razz, what are you thinking, man? What's going on in that Protoss mind of yours?
I mean, just banging on my cage. I'm just getting crazy, getting wild. Probably should bang my chest a little bit. Um, this is the tip of the pyramid, right? This is it right here. I mean, one of the top protos versus one of the top Terran in the foreign scene. Both these players play at a super high level consistently all the time. It'll be interesting to see who gets the edge here. I think it's going to come down to a lot of just, can Bonyth get something done with his reavers? Can he get a little bit early advantages against Mihu? Or because if Mihu gets into that macro game, I think that's where he will be able to punish Bonyth. I think Mihu's macro is just so strong. So I think Bonyth's going to want to try to get something done a little bit earlier to try to get some advantage into the game.
For sure, man. I mean, it's just kind of one of those like matchup of the century type deals, right? Mihu, kind of before the season, if you were to ask like how he typically plays, he's kind of known for that 4-fact pressure off 2-base, right? And he just like can expand off of it. A lot of times he'll just flat out kill Protoss off of it. Meanwhile, the flip side of the coin here in Bonyth, known for that reaver control, which is so good against 2-base timings, known for carrier play. One of the few Protoss who, as you mentioned before the break, he'll actually go D-Web Corsair versus Terran and make it look like it's actually a build, man. Like, it's insane, the high level both these players play at. And yeah, it looks like Vermeer going to be map number 1 to get this series kicked off, man, and I am hyped.
Yeah, Vermeer, standard map, can see anything. I think it's rare that we see Bonyth go for any kind of like 12 Nexus or things like that. So I think it'll be just a standard 21, 23 Nexus from him, and it'll play out. But, I mean, definitely a map where it can be tough for Terran to take a third if Bonyth does want to try to delay that as much as possible, because not much buildable ground outside the naturals for them to be able to, for Terran to really set up. So we'll see if Mihu decides to get into, like you said, that standard 4-fact play that he likes to do, so that he can take thirds, take bases, and push the game on.
Yeah, I mean, you do have the high ground above the third, like in the main, obviously, to, place siege tanks and stuff like that on. So there are ways to get to a third base. It's by no means something like Eclipse, right, where Terran's just like, screw it, I'm never taking a third. It's just impossible,
Can't do it.
I don't think it's necessarily a terrible map for Mihu by any means either here. But yeah, with this screen, folks, both of our players are set and ready to go. It's going to be Bonyth going up against Mihu on Vermeer, Game 1. And at the top right, spawning as the blue Terran hailing from China, it is Mihu.
And in the bottom right, the Protoss that needs no introduction, it is Bonyth.
Big Bonyth, man. He's he has already lost to Mihu prior in this BSL, so I know he's definitely a Protoss who looks for that revenge where he can get it. I think a lot of players would not have liked to run up against Mihu so early on in this round of 8, but Bonyth's looking for it, man, and he's looking to set the record straight here.
Yeah, for sure, right? And when you're playing at this level, guys play all the time, but you want to get it done. So he's going to want to make it happen here. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do here in terms of, is he just going to play fast carrier, or is he going to play the Sair, like what he wants to do? Because I know the one game he tried to go with the Sair, and if he didn't have time, he got pushed in too early, so...
Yeah, it was kind of an odd one. I think most situations he could have made that work, but I believe, you know, if my memory serves right, Mihu kind of got away with a little bit of an advantage early. There was some lost Dragoons at like a early pressure stage at Mihu's natural, and Mihu was able to just kind of, you know, put the pedal to the metal from there. But yeah, looks like Bonyth going to get first scout off. Same with Mihu. Yeah, both players fortunately going to scout each other first here. So there should be no surprises from either side. Still, I wouldn't expect to see much of a surprise from either of these players. Bonyth fairly often just plays that middle of the road single gateway into Robo, gets his Reaver, takes his Expo, does all of the things. And Mihu, you know, not really a big two-factor or anything of that sort here. I would really expect just to see this factory go down, followed by a command center here at the natural, and you know, just safe standard play.
Yeah, we did see Mihu does like to get that vulture out first, as become pretty standard in TVP, PvT. You know, I think Bonyth will not be tricked. He will not allow that vulture to get in, so I think we'll see this game go into a pretty standard mid-game.
Marine count starting to build up here for Mihu, trying to stabilize that natural. Wow, amazing probe control as expected here from Bonyth, already getting a few shots off on that scouting SCV of Mihu. Only 2 on gas for Bonyth here. Likely going to be taking a fairly quick Nexus because of that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it means. He's going to go for the 21 Nexus here, take it off so that he can just get it put down right away. So all standard stuff so far here, Machine. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, Nexus and Command Center going down at just about identical times here. As you mentioned, that Vulture going to be built first before add-on at the factory. No bunker even. That's kind of a little shocking, right?
Well, he can hold. If he knows that it's just the one gate, it's going to be that he can hold with the 3 Marines and the Vulture, be able to kill a Dragoon down. So feeling very comfortable. Has to be careful as the Dragoon count does ramp up, but there's 2 or 3 there. He's going to want the bunker, but and there it is. He's like, okay, gotta beat it out. So
yeah, time to stabilize. Machine shop just about to complete here. Should be a siege tank or at least mines underway here shortly. Meanwhile, for Bonyth here, looks like he's getting his probe ready to build something. A second gateway to pair with that Robo. Range is spinning.
All standard stuff for him. I mean, he can go into Reaver play from here. He can just go into OBS and play out with 2 gate, produce 7 Dragoons, 8 Dragoons, then take a 3rd Nexus. I think Bonyth does like to have that Reaver, so I would imagine we're going to see that out of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just kind of known for it at this point. I don't know how many highlight level plays we've seen out of Bonyth with his Reaver controls, you know, throughout BSL seasons, but it's been quite a bit, honestly.
Yeah. You know, it just slows the Terran push down so much, and like you mentioned before, there's that high ground where you can put 2 Reavers up there and just keep pushing it back and back more and more.
Now, one thing, interestingly enough, I noticed yesterday, at least against the Dewalt series with Mihu did not go his 4-fact pressure that he's kind of known for a single game. He was just doing, you know, more like 2 factory into a 3rd command center. Okay, we're seeing an eBay and armory down here from Mihu. You know, I'm kind of interested why he's maybe deciding to switch his style here, as it seemed to be working so well for him previously. Yeah,
I mean, we did have that series in BSL where I think it was, I don't know if it was Race Wars or what it was, but that he did struggle a little bit TVP with that style. Maybe that was leaving something in his mind. Players realizing that they need to just build gateways and units. But, oh, look at Bonyth, not afraid. Afraid, Machine.
Doesn't even need an observer. Wow, he has completely cleared out this 3rd. And that leads me to believe he's likely going to be looking for a 3rd Nexus himself here.
Yeah,
Vulture?
The Vulture's here to take out this probe that's trying to come over, but Bonyth immediately sees it and pulls it back. Just so much high-level play here.
Yeah, I mean, just not even giving Mihu the chance to snipe that probe. He's just so good.
And it is a third Nexus going down here. Bonyth should feel safe. Usually once you're up to like 7-8 goons, you're pretty much safe from all of the pressure, especially with the Reaver on the way.
Reaver done. 2 factories for Mihu here. We have that armory spinning though. And with both the armory, the eBay, the turrets, I don't suspect there will be any openings here for Bonyth to, get critical SCV kills or something like that here. So, well done so far here from Mihu. One thing I love about Mihu is his meticulous mine placement. Like, all of his mines are centered. They're in very key positions for scouting, for blocking expansions here. He is just so good at spending that little extra effort and focus to get, mines down in just the best places.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Machine, really impressive his vision, just where everything is. He saw this shuttle coming in before. Oh, Bonyth's got to be careful. Taking serious damage on that shuttle.
Yeah, I don't like
be careful.
that. You don't want to drop it on a mine either.
An immediate Stargate out here from Bonyth. Transitioning right into carrier and/or Sayer right away.
He's scouting that tank count. Starport is just about to complete, it looks like. And third command center, once again for Mihu. So this is Mihu just playing the most meta, just like safe, standard Expo kind of style here. Ooh, very nice movement with the Vulture, though. Gonna grab a few probes for his efforts. So very well done there from Mihu.
Yeah, I mean, Mihu getting any kills in those Vultures is a big deal, trying to reduce that probe count, knowing that there's a third Nexus down that Bonyth will be ramping up. But Mihu playing very standard TVP here, Machine. Like you said, he switched away from that style. He's going to have to slowly push out, and he's already building. That must be a Sayer, because I didn't see a fleet beacon anywhere just yet. So, yep, there they are.
You're kidding me. I don't know, man. I guess he wants redemption at that Sylphid game, but this is nuts that he's actually going Corsair D-Web in a legitimate BSL game again. Crazy.
Well, I mean, this is what Bonyth does, man. It's a different style, but I think it's a style that Terrans aren't used to seeing and, like, maybe not know how to respond perfectly to. So he keeps doing it over and over.
I mean, I wouldn't know how to respond. Like, I think I'd just be tilted, right? like this guy's legitimately just going Corsair D-Web to me. Like, oh, man.
Yeah, why is he trolling me? This isn't cool, but...
yeah, exactly. Oh, nice scan. Obs gets picked off there. So well done from Mihu. Going to prevent a little more vision here from Bonyth. Bonyth, though, at that 3-base saturation, going to be scouting out the timing of Mihu's third here, and might opt to even take a fourth.
Oh, no!
Oh! Picks it up still.
Just picked it up. And this is where it's going to get tricky for Mihu. We'll see what he can do. If he gets these there and his D-Web down with the Dragoon Reavers there, he might be able to bust that third. Right, because all the tanks stationary, so you could see him going in there, dropping D-Web on tanks, and he could get it. I mean, he's also really not on the timer. I think he was more on the timer because there are carriers probably being built behind this. So, and he does scan it, so he does see, but he also sees the Sayer a little to the left. So we'll see if he notices that changes.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he saw it or not. It was close. It was right on the line there. But yeah, there's gonna be plenty of turrets. I mean, if he knows this is Sayer, right? Can't you just spam more? What, do you spam more turrets? You just make sure your tanks are spread. I don't even know what adjustments you'd want to make.
Well, I mean, it's just so hard to move out into it, right? Like, to move into the Sayer is so hard because you have to siege immediately as the army comes in, and many times you're not very spread out when you're sieging, right?
Right.
So we'll see what he decides here.
It's like more mines being cleared. A couple vultures running along the left side, maybe just looking for an opening or looking to scout potential 4th base timing here for Bonyth. But as we know, this is not a 4th base. This is likely Bonyth just going for a massive timing here to try to take out this 3rd base of Mihu.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't looked for the 4th, just because he knows Mihu is on the 3rd and probably cannot pressure with those Sares out. But I guess he's just trying to get to that magic number of, 6 carriers with upgrades. He's already at 2, so he may feel like, hey, like as long as I get there, I'm good.
Only 3
another nice snipe.
Coursers. I guess that's going to be enough from him with the D-Web. Yeah, another nice snipe. Every single obs that makes its way over here ends up dying, I feel like. Bonyth should be clearing his 4th, right? Like, he doesn't need all of these units to be sitting right where they're at. You want to, even if you're not putting Nexus down, like, prepare for that transition, I guess.
And here's 2-1. This could be our 2-1 timing here. Machine, we're at 12:20. Good timing here from Mihu on that upgrade. Taking his 4th himself, he may be thinking about moving out.
Oh, yep.
Here we go.
I mean, once he gets up to this high ground, oh no!
In the shuttle.
Bonyth, run, Bonyth!
Oh, he got out. Okay.
Tanks on that high ground, going to pick up a Dragoon for their efforts here. But yeah, this is it, man. Mihu says it is time to duel here. Tanks being spread very well, sieged up properly. I mean, we're just waiting for those Corsairs to come in with that D-Web, choose the optimal time. I like how Mihu's spreading to the left here. This is kind of nice.
Because he is not getting engaged on, he can sit here and spread his tanks so well, Oh, 1 Sarah goes down before it could D-Web anything.
Yeah, huge D-Web, though, in the back there, taking out a couple of these siege tanks. 1 more D-Web, preventing another tank from engaging.
Wow.
Quite a few goons have fallen, but at the same time, this rally of Speed Zealots going to be cleaning up the remaining siege tanks here. Carrier count's only 2, but that's going to do nothing but grow from here.
And he's just taking the AI from the Goliath so the Dragoons can do the rest of the damage. Gotta be careful though, Bonyth cannot lose these 2 carriers to these. Oh my goodness, 1 carrier down.
Wow, Mihu, such a monster, man. Doing a great job focusing that down. And he has high ground positioning still with that siege tank. Whoa, wow. So too many Goliaths, I want to say.
I mean, I know he's going to overwhelm this like so much. I think he sees that there's 3 Stargate production. As long as he overwhelms, he wins. I mean, he already has his 4th base where Bonyth is just taking his. Mihu should feel like he's in a pretty good spot. As long as he can reduce the carrier count, he will win the game. But that's hard to do against someone like Bonyth, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's
+2
obviously
attack.
Tough to do. +2 attack. Okay.
Really should be getting some armor on these as well. Armor's a big deal for the carriers with the interceptors. So we'll see if he's getting +3, if he's going to get armor.
When do you start mixing in Storm if you're Bonyth here?
I think he needs that 4th gas. I think his gas is just so tapped right now, being 3 Stargate production. I think that makes life a little bit harder. So he needs to secure this 4th gas. I think he start mixing in the Templar. He should be able to still mix in a ton of Zealots because the Zealots will get on the Goliaths, and cause the siege tanks to fire upon the Goliaths as well. But I don't know if Mihu's feeling as stressed anymore because he's got 9 factories, the production you want to be at this point. He's going to be 3-2 soon. He's got a 4th base and a 4th gas. He's even on bases with Protoss. I mean, the only thing that's tricky, obviously, are the carriers, but he has so many Goliaths.
Yeah, I mean, so many Goliaths, and that's only 3 carriers, right? That kill on a single carrier there ended up... Okay, never mind, there's like 6. But still, every carrier counts here. And here we go. Looks like Bonyth in position, going to be slamming in here. We'll see how this goes.
Oh no, he's not firing with the carriers machine. Oh no, 1 immediately falls.
Yeah, that's huge miss micro there from Bonyth. Unfortunately, does get the D-Web off, but wow, a little bit of a miscontrol for sure.
I mean, Mihu's not targeting the carriers right away. He's targeting the interceptors machine. I don't know if that's the best thing to do here, because all of a sudden now the carriers have cleaned up. Like, in these scenarios, you don't have to win both fights in terms of like ground versus air, but we are out of interceptors. I guess it was the right call, and now we are just targeting down carriers that have nothing. Bonyth is just flying through. I don't know if our live game.
Yeah, I'm not sure here because Bonyth would definitely want to retreat with these carries, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We're starting to see the money go up a little bit here as well, so not seeing much troop movement.
Yeah, I think we may have a
broken game here.
Broken replay or broken live game.
Ha. Okay, that sounds good.
We'll see where we're at.
Look at that control.
Wow. Those two Goliaths were just incredible against those two carriers. Okay, so
yeah.
Interesting spot here, Machine. We saw that attack. We're not sure how it actually ended up. I mean, Bonyth went in. Carriers were... That's why I thought it was weird that he was targeting all the interceptors, but maybe he's 3-2, recognizing no armor. He could just shred through them. But
I thought it was weird that Bonyth didn't target anything with his carriers at the start of it.
He just flew in. I was like, wait a second there. Usually you want to try to make it happen, but it's an interesting spot because right now we're 4 base versus 4 base, which obviously favors Terran, right?
Yep.
But carriers are a good unit.
They definitely are a good unit, especially in the hands of Bonyth, right? And, you know, we've just seen him make these amazing comebacks in this matchup time and time again once he gets those carriers under his belt. But, yeah, I mean, you could say the same for Mihu there. He's on even base count. He's got the 2-1 upgrades. He has Vessel with EMP. I mean, both these players just crossing their T's, dotting their I's, doing what they need to do to, you know, pull out a big victory here. But yeah, for those of you guys who are tuning in, the game seemed to be a little corrupt, so we're going to wait for Bonyth and Mihu to kind of finish that one out, and we'll end up commentating from the replay here as soon as they're done. But yeah, man, this is definitely...
I'd like to see Mihu take more bases, Machine. I'd like to see him take top left or even mid left, because one way to counteract the carriers is to take bases far away, right? Because they have to fly across the map. So if Mihu did that, he might be able to put some pressure on Bonyth's main base, the natural, right, the third, and force the carriers to kind of fly over. So we'll see if that's what he opts to do, or if he's just going to stay in these 4 bases, pump units, and try to run Bonyth over. I think either is okay, but we shall see.
Yeah, I think the ball is kind of in Bonyth's court here, right? Whenever you're on even bases PvT, I feel like it's on the Protoss to get something done. So like Mihu didn't really even have to pressure there and try to, you know, kill off Bonyth's 3rd or 4th base or natural. The onus is kind of on Bonyth, but you know, Bonyth definitely, I'm sure, had some plans on how to get after it there. I'd like to see Bonyth start taking his own like 5th base, bottom left, stuff like that, but we'll see.
I think Mihu is nervous that if the carrier count gets to 8, 10, 12, it becomes like a whole nother game and scenario to deal with, right? Like 4, 5 carriers, okay, 6 carriers, it gets tricky, but to get up to 8, 10, 12 carriers, all of a sudden you got a real uphill fight.
Yeah, it's just unmanageable.
Yeah, it's just become so hard. The interceptor drag, you just keep picking off non-stop units. I mean, just interceptors everywhere. And then trying to fight ground units on top of that or storm. I think that's what he's trying to avoid, getting to that moment where he has so many carriers to deal with. And we saw Bonyth already has 6 with 3 more making. So he'll be up to 9 carriers probably for the next fight. So I think Mihu is trying to run through and trying to slam into him as fast as he can before he can get that count up. Because 9-fact production is serious. If he's making 2 tanks, maybe 3 tanks at a time, and 6 Goliaths. I mean, he's producing his own units, and he's very, very good at that. So it's going to be definitely tricky for both players. I think we're going to see one major fight may decide this.
Yeah. Absolutely. I guess one thing to mention is, the archives obviously was a little late there from Bonyth, so maybe upgrades will start playing a factor, right? We were mentioning that Mihu is already at the 2-1. Archives was late in lieu of Carrier and Corsair production from Bonyth, so it's kind of a trade-off. But Bonyth, likely trying to get towards, those upgrades later on, and would allow the ground forces to kind of trade a little better against his Goliath-heavy kind of composition in order to combat those carriers. So,
I mean, if 3 mech versus 000 Protoss ground army is just like putting meat in the blender, man. It's just gonna get shred up like the ground units will do less and less. But siege tanks splash. So if you can get the zealots on top of the Goliaths, maybe the siege tanks will fire and do damage to their own units. So that does help.
Storm as well, right? Storm's not really reliant upon upgrades, so once he gets that Templar count up, he likely focuses down the Goliath mass, I guess, just by with those storms kind of spread in there as well. So
And one thing Bonyth is very good at is using his carriers to get into the main of Terran and get on their production. If you get on Terran production, you kill the factories off, you win the game. So there have been games that are very close, but he has so many carriers that he gets in the main base that he just kills factories off. And if you could do that, it's the game is over. So it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out because of the game state. We have a high count of carriers, but we have even bases. So each side has like a piece of the puzzle to win.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Mihu definitely gonna be is currently ahead on that eco front, but Bonyth's got the carrier wild card here.
Carriers are good, man. They're good units. So if he can get them out on the map and just start picking things away, all of a sudden that eco advantage goes away because 25 mineral for an interceptor is definitely way different than 100 mineral and 50 gas for a Goliath. If you keep just picking things and vessels and siege tanks, he doesn't have to win just with one, right? He can either kill all the Goliaths off and the carriers will clean up, or he kills all the tanks and the ground army will clean up against the Goliaths. So definitely more challenging, I think, there for Terran to deal with that as the carrier count does get higher.
Yeah, absolutely. Huh.
And then I thought his pushing for Mihu was good too, that he was slowly kind of jumping his tanks and spreading them out so the D-Web did not get like 6-7 tanks at a time. Like it only got 1 here, 2 there. So I think Mihu definitely aware of what was happening, and he did a good job pushing in for that first attack, and they pretty much traded armies, but beneficial to Protoss more than it is for Terran for that to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I also was kind of really respecting the way that Mihu got that tank spread, didn't push directly into the natural where Bonyth could take advantage of the neutral ground over the natural and stuff like that. He kind of spread out into the left and said, you know what, I'm going to make a big concave here. I know you have to engage into me. I'm going to make the best of this situation as possible. And I think that's why, obviously, when we were watching it, it was looking to be in favor of Mihu from what we saw.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. I would like to see Bonyth get that armor upgrade. It's so important for the interceptors, man, because the Goliaths can just sit there and target interceptors that have no armor and just shell them. So if he gets that armor upgrade with that amount of carriers, I think he's going to be in really good shape going into the later game.
Yeah, air armor is so key for carriers here in this matchup for sure. Yeah,
definitely going to be crazy that we have a live game break.
Yeah, how rare is that, man? It's been a while since I've seen one of these.
Yeah, live actual game being broken, man.
Yep. So it goes, man. Only on the BSL.
Only in the BSL.
Oh boy. Yeah. This is man, this is gonna be quite the game here, man. I think things looked like they're maybe edging towards a Mihu favor there. I would always say, be happy as a Terran player on even base with a Protoss, even if there's carriers, right? Like that eco just goes such a long way towards winning you games. But yeah, I mean, Bonyth, I'm sure, would take his advantage with carriers there anytime he could.
Okay,
Yeah.
I believe we are ready with the replay. So we are going to jump back into the game. Here we go. Going to be continuing game number 1. We had a corrupt game, but we are back with the rest of it. So let's get into it. Bonyth vs Mihu, game 1. Wow.
Okay.
I guess that fight did go a little differently. How much can we see that Bonyth is now up 50 supply?
Yeah, that's a big deal here. Mihu has also been completely pushed off the map. Ooh, big minefield. Okay, gonna get spotted, gonna get cleared. So yeah, I mean, Bonyth somehow doing miraculous game-breaking Bonyth things, and suddenly has a very scary amount of Corsair carrier here.
Yeah, he's maxed out. You have 6 carrier, 3 more on the way. So we'll be up to 9 in a large ground army. We might see Mihu just get run over right here, machine.
Yeah, the Goliath count doesn't look like it did in the last game, honestly. Wow, Mihu, though, scouting the hidden base, mid-left, taking a hidden base of his own. Top left, and here we go. Carrier's already focusing stuff down. I believe it's D-Web time. D-Web o'clock here.
Wow.
D-Web's going down on all of the far tanks.
Wow.
Carrier's not even having to really back up. Zealots on top of all the siege tanks. Tanks having to reposition here just to get shots off. And Bonyth doesn't care, man. He's just gonna eat your tanks.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we talked about, right? The Goliaths have to back up and try to deal with the carriers, but the ground army can just come in, so... Any kind of trade like this, I think, is pretty good for Protoss, right? The time for Terran to remax is much harder than for Protoss, so... I mean, we'll see what happens. If Bonyth's going to need a 5th base, though. He's mined out of his main pretty much, his natural, and the 3rd base is low. He's really, really, really got to go find a 5th base, and quickly.
He's got that mid-left. I think it's just about to complete, so, like, yeah, I mean, he could theoretically mine there, but trying to actually hold that is, you know, a little questionable, I'd say.
Yeah, that's going to be hard, especially with vultures on the map.
I mean, he might be clearing a pathway here with his units to get a probe transfer. No, looks like he just wants to take bottom left. I think this is a good call.
Which I think is fine. Like, why not?
I was going to say, I don't think he had to bring all of his carriers down there for it, but oh well. Looks like Mihu also starting to position his own units top left. I wonder if he's going to try to kill mid left here. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, I feel like he knows that it's not mining, so it's okay. Bonyth now does scout this base that Mihu's taking it up, so I feel like Bonyth's going to want to try to move into position there. But Bonyth needs that bottom left man ASAP. Oh, we have an Arbiter out too now.
Recall carriers? That could be scary.
Recall. Oh, is this Nyokin playing? Oh my goodness. Let me look at the name again. That's the Nyokin move. They must have been talking.
Bonyth.
They must have been talking.
So it looks like Mihu gearing up for kind of an attack. This is kind of... I don't know. What's Bonyth doing, man? Like, I feel like he's got to do something, right?
Yeah, he needs to take bases, or else he just will run out of money. Even with the interceptors, he won't be able to make them. He's 100 mineral. He can make 4 more.
Here we go. Engagement time. All of the tanks being sieged here. Remember, we got that D-Web still to work with.
Man, on all of the...
Oh, no.
Carriers. And he's
carriers
flying
and the Corsairs. Arbiter does come in, though.
And immediately taken down.
Oh my gosh, that was just the best EMP I feel like he could have hoped for, honestly.
He did so much damage with that EMP.
No D-Web was allowed. All of the carriers' shield has just been completely burned off. And suddenly, once again, man, Mihu just in a prime position in this game.
Yeah, I think Mihu now knows that he can sit a little bit more. Bonyth is just starting to take bottom left, but Bonyth has no other real mining going. He's on 1 base mining versus 3 base mining Terran right now. And we can see finally Mihu has now taken the supply lead.
Yeah, not ideal. Bonyth's going to really need to rely on these carriers to kind of get himself back into this one. He needs to take bottom left at least, like you're saying. He's got to maybe even double Expo from here. Looks like he will get a free tank and a Vulture for this mid left pickup. So that's something. But Mihu taking, a supply count advantage is a big deal here.
Yeah, this is going to be, if he can hold this, he doesn't lose anything here. I think the game may be a uphill battle from Bonyth trying to get to any of these other bases that he has.
I feel like, I don't know, Mihu could just go attack right now. This is all of Bonyth's force. There is no hope at defending any kind of a counter. But at the same time, this neutral ground is just so good for Bonyth to utilize these carriers.
Yeah, I mean, he has to be careful not to get trapped in here, but he's using the high ground just oh so well.
Yeah, look at this. Just Goliath after Goliath being targeted down here. Bonyth has that small group of Dragoon Observer also top left, just positioned to defend. Looks like he's going to prevent some mining from Mihu even. So just getting the most utility out of all of these units. Another huge EMP going down though for Mihu. And Mihu slowly cleaning up this top left. But not before Bonyth just continues to rack up these Goliath kills.
Yeah, he is doing such a good job just forcing Mihu's units to just engage him over these high ground areas where he can pick them off. Mihu can't just keep making Goliaths for forever. He's now mined out of his third. He has the fourth top center and the fifth, but I don't know, man.
Once again, man, it's even base count TVP. It's really the only thing that's been allowing, Bonyth or Mihu to kind of hang on here. Mihu's just got that economic advantage. Is really, I mean, Bonyth's got to take bottom left main like now, and consider taking another base here. But actually, Mihu going to be charging across the map here. Supplies are even. A few Archons showing up for the fight as well, it looks like, from Bonyth.
I'm curious as why he decided Archons and not Storm here machine.
Maybe just needs some tankiness, something with some substance.
Yeah, I feel like if he just gets some good Storms off on these Goliaths, like right here, he could just blanket them with like 4 or 5 Storms. Okay, we see the Terran army. These upgrades are really playing it in.
There was a drop.
Goodness. So to add to the drama of the day, Mihu then at the end disconnected.
Ouch.
So that is very difficult because it looked like he was in a very strong spot.
Yeah, it definitely does. I believe the win goes to Bonyth then, right? Or is that accurate, Zero? Okay. Got you. We're waiting. Sorry, folks. We're trying to figure out what that means here. But yeah, it looks like Mihu did disconnect. But both players were in a pretty. I mean, it wasn't like a clear win there for one or the other. I would say Mihu had, if I'm being honest, a little bit of an advantage. Like definitely a slight advantage. But who knows?
I think Mihu had I think he had an advantage for sure. With just the Goliath count, he just wiped the ground army again of Bonyth. They're on even bases still. I think that definitely tips it to Mihu a bit. But we are checking to see if there's more to the game. If not, we're going to have a decision here made about which way this game goes. And I believe that means it would go to Bonyth, as Mihu was the one who disconnected.
Yeah, interesting, man. It's really unfortunate to see it, but whenever you're playing across the world like this, the inevitable disconnects happen. It's nobody's fault, one way or another. That's just how this is all set up.
I'm sure Mihu wasn't like, "Hey, I'm finally taking a little advantage here. Let me pull the plug."
Yeah, just pulls the plug.
Forget it. I'm out. Boom. Takes it out. Unbelievable.
Oh man. It's really funny because the story I always tell is back in the day for WCG, I was at like a regional qualifier in what was it, Sacramento, and there's this guy Skew, old school Terran player, playing against G5, like this Protoss player at this LAN center, and they're playing each other, and they disconnect. And for whatever reason, when they disconnect, the screens froze, and you could see, like almost like a frozen image, of the game. And the WCG ref walks over, looks at Skew's minerals at the top right, like the minerals he has not spent, looks at G5's, it says, "Oh, Skew has more minerals. He clearly wins." And we were like, "What?"
Goodness.
Like, he has more unspent resources. And so Skew, of course, is like, "Yeah, like obviously, I have
Good
more
decision,
unspent
referee.
resources." I'm glad the ref really understands this game.
Oh my goodness.
They gave him the win, and it was
That's
just
so funny. He was like,
man.
"Yeah, that's the only way we determine these things of who's ahead." So
all the players were arguing with the referee, and he just like doubled down. He was like, "No, this is how it's calculated, like based off of no rule book, like nothing." It was hilarious, man. So yeah,
That's
Skew
wild.
got the win.
that is wild. Well, I wonder who had. I think Bonyth may have had more resources there. So
Oh, you're right. Yeah, more unspent resources, more unspent gas. Okay. Sounds like our players are going to go for a full rematch. I think that's a good call here. It was so close. I mean, how do you even call who wins there? Honestly.
that's very difficult.
Yeah, Bonyth still had carriers, right? So anything is possible, technically.
It's true. It's true. 7 carriers are a high count. I mean, I don't know this. That's such a hard decision to make. So I guess we're going to be having a full replay here. So we get an extra almost full game for these guys.
Only here on the BSL, folks.
Only here at BSL will we have a corrupt game into a disconnect to a full rematch. Making it happen.
Making it happen, man. Still, it's going to be cool. We get to see basically a whole other game between these two. Now we get to see the mind games, right? The cat's out of the bag. Maybe Mihu just goes for that 4-fact here. Maybe this will be the first time ever in BSL we see Bonyth go for a double proxy gate in the center. It could happen. All right, guys, we are ready to jump into it here. It's going to be a rematch. Mihu facing off against Bonyth on Vermeer, and let's check it out. And spawning top right as the blue Protoss, it is StarCast Bonyth.
And in the bottom right, it is Mihu. Now, Machine, this happened in one of the other games, and we said, do you keep remaking until you get the same spawns?
Oh, I mean, no, because that would take way too much time. No way.
that was something we were talking about. I think Naoka was talking about, like, do you do that so that people can not have some kind of base advantage and make it as close as possible to what it was?
I know that's a thing in like fighting games, like, fighting game players, if there's a disconnect like mid-match, they'll, basically try to recreate the situation exactly, make sure each player is at the hit percentage that they were at before the disconnect happened, and make sure all the breakable walls are removed, stuff like that. Wow. This is already an adjustment here out of Mihu. What do you think about that?
He's going to go gasless.
Ooh, okay.
So he's probably going to go gasless, but Bonyth is going to scout it right away, so he will know that there is a change in build here.
Can he block the command center from going down?
He can, but Terran have this lovely thing where they can build a building somewhere else and lift it up.
Oh, I totally forgot about that for a second.
Yeah, you know. I know the hatcheries and Nexus can't do the same, but
Still,
is that a?
oh, he takes the gas.
Okay, so we changed. Maybe Mihu is worried because of the probe timing.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to make the command center off center. To be honest with you, I think that was literally why.
Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. To me, not a Terran expert per se, but I feel like this puts you a little bit behind with your gas timing and everything. Like, kind of messes you up.
Yeah, I would agree with you. First Zealot moving across the map, gonna be chugging along. Looks like Bonyth pulled a probe off gas here. Ooh, does he get out?
Oh,
Wow.
baby.
Looks like
Look at these
Bonyth
probes.
probes on a diet too, man.
Oh, man. Another one? Oh, these guys. Unbelievable. Trying to look good for summertime.
Yep. Gas is complete in the main. Only mining it with a single SCV, so this is a little unique here. Zealot gonna come in, gets shot in the face by 4 Marines.
That doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good.
Yeah, definitely doesn't tickle, that's for sure. Forced to back up here. Looks like we have factory down inside the main here for Mihu. And Bonyth moving a lot of probes around. Don't see a Nexus quite yet. Oh, wow, that's a really fast Dragoon. I don't know why I'm so surprised by the speed of this Dragoon, but it is fast.
Wow. With the Zealot, but wow, these Marines. Oh, my goodness.
Bonyth doing some shooting of his own, though.
Good hold here. I mean, the command center is down significantly faster than the Nexus. And Bonyth's trying to get rid of this SCV. Oh, gets him.
Gets it. Big Bonyth, man. Definitely don't want to mess with his probes, that's for sure.
He is not playing around with those probes. All right, we see a bunker down. He should be safe from here, able to repair. Factory was pretty much complete. Probably adding on. Machine shop. Oh, he's going to go push this Dragoon back, saying, don't hit my bunker.
Yeah, gonna keep the weak Marine back. I like it. Bonyth just kind of poking around. Gets a couple shots off. And wise. Oh, he's even kills a Marine. Jeez, man.
Hey, this Dragoon should die to the Vulture.
Oh, now definitely 9 HP. Maybe a little bit of an overstep there, even from Bonyth, right? Like,
A little too
you
much.
think what's that? I would say so. Once
Yeah,
that goon
I think
gets
he
to the
should have
red-
pulled it back. Yeah, he should have just pulled it back, but the Vulture trying to get in, but there's another Dragoon coming, took damage, so he'll be safe here. I was a little worried for a second, but that Dragoon did pop out, because if he gets that in, and Bonyth taking an immediate third base here.
Love it.
Yep.
I mean, based upon what we've been seeing from Mihu, Mihu does not seem to favor that 4-fact kind of pressure style here. So, I mean, what's a better way to take advantage of that than just getting a third Nexus very, very quickly? And yeah, we're seeing second gas go up here for Mihu. Turret inside the natural here. He's just playing very defensive, very safe. And Bonyth, though, going to just take advantage of it. Single gateway, 1 Robo, 3 Nexus. I mean, he's going to start running away with this game economically here if Mihu plays too passive.
Yeah, I think this is a really good move because these quick command centers like Gasless and whatnot are very difficult for Protoss as it goes into mid-game because of how much resources Terran has. So this is definitely one way to even it out and take that advantage back. So I like this play from Bonyth.
Mihu getting out on the map with another Vulture here. Great mine placement as per usual. He's got 1 to defend the natural, 1 at the alleyway, at the high ground between natural and natural. And he's even going to block that lower base below Bonyth's main here. So, well done.
Yeah, and I think we continuously see these mines from him, and I think it's just such a strong play from Mihu. He was able to get so many scouts, and having this active Ultra is going to show him that, oh, hey, Bonyth took a really quick third.
Yeah, you can't be happy about
going
that.
down right now. Yeah, it should be going down right now, but it's 30 seconds ago. Shouldn't be complete, so.
Yeah, so it looks like This is likely going to, you know, force a little bit of a reaction here out of Mihu. Another vulture moving across the map here. Meanwhile, Shuttle gets scouted by that mine of Mihu. Well done here from Mihu with that mine placement once again. 5 factories in the main now for Mihu.
So it seems like we're going to see some sort of timing from him, Machine.
Bonyth! Oh, is he going to make it into the main?
He made it into C, the 6 or 5 factories.
Boom! Come on.
Oh,
there we go.
My goodness.
4 SCVs go down there. 2 Zealots getting on top of some tanks. Oh! Man, Scarabs are dumb. There we go.
These Reavers and Scarabs today, man. Come on. He'll take
Here we
one
go.
shot. Oh, big hit there again from Bonyth.
Bonyth Reavers, man. Add it to the highlight clip, you know?
Well, I think the even bigger news here, Machine, is that he saw the 5 factories. So he knows there's going to be some sort of timing push coming here.
So, I mean, fortunately for him, he's already gone Reaver, right? And that is, like, the ultimate 2-base timing, like, defense, right? Just keep dropping those Reaver, picking them up, forcing siege tanks to leapfrog, you know, across the map and really slow the push. And it's at the same time, he's just going to be taking so much advantage of, you know, his economy off these 3 bases.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see Mihu transition out of just non-stop units and throw a command center down now that Bonyth has scouted the 5 factories, or if he's just going to continue to go for it. But it seems like we just see supply depots being made by 2 SCVs, that we're just going to see some sort of push here.
Yeah, likely going to be a push. He looked like he was maybe clearing a 3rd base there for a second, but nope. All the siege tanks being unsieged here. Bonyth walking a little. Oh my
goodness!
Gosh. Just so much splash.
Oh my goodness!
Whoa!
This push is over, Machine. Over. There are no more tanks. There are only vultures. We have 1 Reaver left. Like you said, man, you could just pick them up and keep going back. Terran creeps too much forward, you can just start picking off units. And Bonyth picked off 3 tanks immediately. That is massive.
Add it to the highlight reel, you know? Bonyth just once again making these Reavers look so strong. Now it looks like he's going to push in here. There's no tanks, Razz. Okay, 2 coming out of factories at the moment, but still, he's going to get some big shots off, clear this solo bunker. Oh, looks like he wants to kill off a tank as well. How is he doing it?
Oh my goodness, what micro from Bonyth. These Dragoons are now dead, but they've gotten so much value already.
Yeah, it looks like Bonyth opting just to get out with the Reaver shuttle. Probably a good call here. And yeah, Mihu does survive for now, but not before losing every single tank he pretty much has. Stargate completing here from Bonyth. Wouldn't be surprised to even see a 4th base from here.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much stopped this attack and now knows he cannot move out anytime soon. Like, I'm surprised he's even coming across the map with this, because how many tanks are there in this army right now? 2?
Well, yeah, 2.
2? Whoa, oh no, not that. You know, this is going to be trouble.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be trouble here. Looks like, Reavers maybe coming in here. Yeah, finally the full HP Reaver getting a shot off. And here we go. Ooh, Reaver does fall though, but not before clearing a tank.
He has a friend, Machine. He has a friend.
Oh man, looks like Bonyth going to be clearing Mihu off the map here for now. And I don't know, man, if you're Mihu, how do you rally from this? It's going to be tough. You got to just sit back. You got to get that 3rd down. You got to just continue trying to fight and play for that late game. But at the same time, conceding map control to Bonyth, you know he's going to take advantage of it.
Yeah, oh my God, that Scarab. You know what, Machine? Put it on the highlight reel. Put it on the highlight reel.
Just add it to the highlight reel, man.
Put it on there. I mean, I think
man.
it's too little too late here for Mihu now. He's trying to take that 3rd base, and he's going to, but we're back to that high tank count of 2, Machine.
Yeah,
I don't know how he.
count.
Yeah, I don't know how we get anything done now at this point. Bonyth can easily take. He's having a third Stargate, right? He could easily take a fourth and fifth base. Mihu cannot get on the map at all, even with vultures. If he sends his vultures and there's 2 tanks, his bases just die. So he's in such a tough spot. But we did see him play back from a big deficit against Dewalt, at least a little bit, right?
Right. Yeah, he absolutely did. He made it pretty close, given it was a rough situation. He could likely do the same here. He's at least got some vision across the map, with mines. Bonyth, for now, doesn't have the best vision, right? Like, I'm not even sure if he's knows that Mihu's on a third base at this point. Still, that being said, he's starting to clear bases, starting to take bases, starting to clear minefields, and really just try to get the most he can with the advantage he has.
Yeah, like, I think to win we're going to need a split map, but I think we're going to see many carriers soon here, Machine. Many carriers.
Yeah, it looks like 2 carriers completed, 3 more on the way for Bonyth. Dragoons moving down to the south side of the map, going to scout out the potential fourth, sees nothing of Mihu. Now working their way outside the natural and the third of Mihu as well. Ooh, Vultures kind of moving out, trying to get some vision, get some scouting info here for Mihu. Reaver's dropped. Ooh, looks like he's happy just kind of stalling outside the natural for now.
Yeah, I mean, he knows the carriers are coming now. The scan went down there, so he knows what he's up against. He knows what he's got to do. You see he's up to 8 factories now. Going to try to snipe the shuttle. 2 volleys from 4 will be good. Oh, here we go. Oh no, he's firing at the...
Ooh.
Oh no.
Man, shuttle gets picked up, unfortunately, there very quickly.
Nothing. Oh no.
Yeah, wow. What control out of Mihu there. I definitely thought he was in a rough spot. I mean, Bonyth had good Reaver positioning, but was not really able to capitalize. You know what? It's only, less than a 30 supply difference between the 2 of them.
And we have 3 carriers making... We have 5 carriers, so that's the 30 supply right there. We only have 4. We don't have the interceptor upgrade. There we do, okay. But a lot of that supply is in carrier right now, and they're not on the map, so that's a big issue.
Probably a lot of it's in probes as well, given, the base count advantage here.
Yep.
Well, it looks like carriers will be joining in here, likely just producing those interceptors at the moment. Mihu kind of arcing towards the left side of the map here, taking 6 o'clock as well. Ooh, maybe catching Bonyth out of position. Ooh, still nice pickups there. Ends up killing off an OBS as well.
I'm a little surprised here, Machine, that we have such a big army and coming out of Mihu right away for losing so much in those pushes, but he has macroed like just a monster, as we've come to expect, and is taking position on this high ground, but we have a counter here from Bonyth.
Whoa, I didn't expect this. I don't know why, but yeah, this looks like a full-on counter from Bonyth. Dragoons and carriers leading the way. There are plenty of mines out front, so Bonyth gonna have to be a little careful with these units. And actually, big mine detonations going off on the zealots of Bonyth. Meanwhile, Mihu changing targets, charging directly into the natural, trying to get on top of this production line of Bonyth. And I don't know how this one's going to go.
So here's what's going to happen, Machine. I'm going to help you out. He's going to kill all the ComSat stations and make DTs at home.
Oh, is that a thing Protoss do?
Yep, he's gonna kill all the ComSat stations, make DTs, and hold his base, then kill all of the production of Mihu.
Well,
he's already doing it. See, there goes that ComSat station. Boom. Let's get the other one, and now everything that's at Bonyth's base is now dead.
Yikes! Mihu has turned around though.
Welcome to the Protoss brain, Machine. Welcome.
Man, it's so complicated in here.
Make cloak units, kill things that see them. That's it. That's all we got.
Wow. That's all we got, man.
You hear me rattling my cage as I say it? Yeah, that's right.
Looks like DTs are absolutely cleaning up here. Bonyth does lose that 12 o'clock base, but I mean, he's trading it for production. He's trading it for a natural.
Mihu trying to make more comp stats like we don't know that we can kill them again.
Oh, man. Oh, dude. What a game, though, right? Incredible.
Dude, we went from corrupt game to a disconnect to base trade scenarios. I mean, just getting wild in this series already. So, Bonyth takes down game number 1. If you're Mihu, is your mental rattled a little bit because you probably felt like you were in a good spot in the first game, have the disconnect, and then lose it there? I mean, big river shots.
You're probably a little rattled, but no more rattled than you are after, obviously losing that last game, disconnect or not. That was, full Bonyth on display there. Great Reaver control. He's obviously gunning to go those carriers if and when it gets to any kind of a late game scenario, man. If you're Mihu, you gotta rally from here, man. You gotta go back to the playbook and maybe look to change something up. Because so far today it looks like it's all Bonyth. It's the Bonyth show, man.
Yeah, and then interesting enough here, Machine, for this next map, Butter is Mihu's pick.
Huh.
Usually, you don't pick that as Terran, right? A 2-player map.
Right. I mean, so many Protoss players like to do the proxy gateway kind of style, or 12 necks is fine as well on this map. There's a lot of intricate builds that Protoss could utilize, none of which I feel like I ever see Bonyth do. But still, 2-player map. Maybe he feels like if he could just get to some type of split map scenario here against Bonyth, he's got a good shot. But you can never really count Bonyth out, man.
Yeah, I don't feel like Bonyth does a lot of gas stealing. So
yeah, I don't think he does a lot other than one gate Robo Expo, honestly. Yep. Yeah, but
kind of crazy, but that's what he gets done. So
yeah,
we shall see. All right, we're ready for game number 2. Let's see what excitement will happen this time.
And spawning top right as that blue Protoss once again, it is Bonyth.
And in the bottom right, it is Mihu. Man, if he were to lose this game, he would not have won a single match yet in the round of 8, correct? Dewalt
I was
just down 2-0.
I was just thinking that, and not only that, but every single match that he's lost is versus a Protoss, which is kind of the matchup he's known for, right?
Yeah, I'm really surprised.
I mean, before yesterday, he had a 100% win rate on the board versus Protoss. And then I started commentating his games and completely jinxed him. That's what happens.
Oh, man. Yeah, it could be it right there.
Yep. Right on. Well, looks like we already, just seen some pretty standard stuff. Pylon inside the main as opposed to being out in the center or bottom side of the map. And single gateway going down as we'd expect from Bonyth here. Supply depot finishing up now for Mihu inside the main. Likely going to be followed by just a barracks. Yep. All safe and standard stuff here.
And what's interesting now is that Bonyth may do a later scout, which could throw Mihu off thinking maybe there is a proxy. But Bonyth's just going to play standard. I mean, maybe Mihu knew that and he feels really good about just...
Yeah. I think I
map,
would. If I'm Terran, I'm playing against Bonyth, right? I'm almost just saying, look, he doesn't really like to proxy gate. And if he chooses to do that, the 1 in a billion games he plays and I lose to it, then so be it. No sense in cutting eco to scout for it, or you're gonna need all the advantages you can get just by facing up against Bonyth to begin with.
Yeah, for sure. So no gasless here for Mihu either. He's gonna play super standard out.
Yep. Pretty standard stuff here. factory likely about to go down inside the main here for Mihu. Meanwhile, core just about to complete in Bonyth's base, hiding a zealot.
Oh, what's going on here?
Why would he hide this zealot? I'm a little confused. Oh, it gets scouted though.
Wow, Mihu just knows. Oh,
well, I mean, if he loses an SCV to zealot, I'm sure Bonyth would take that.
I think he would. Now Mihu knows not to be out in the front with his Marines to keep them home. Oh, never mind. He said, forget you, Razz. I'm going to go out there anyway.
He's just going to listen into the cast. Whatever you say, he's going to do the opposite, you know? Like, oh, Razz thinks I should do this? I probably shouldn't then.
Mihu, you should not cancel your factory.
Yeah, we watched the factory explode.
The factory just get canceled and 2 more barracks go down. Love it. Love it.
Nexus down at the natural here for Bonyth. 2 probes on gas. I mean, really just making the most of his eco here. And suddenly we're seeing Marines and a linebacker out in the front here.
Gonna get tricky here. He's got the micro really well.
Remember, Bonyth got the better of this exchange in the last game as well. Oh, I take that back. I think he needs to back up. Yeah, it's going to die. 40 HP left. I mean, he's got the high ground to work with here. Maybe he can get some shots off, but wow, Mihu is really good with this early timing. Yeah, gets the free goon. That's big, man.
For just 2 Marines there. Because it's 1-gate robo, he may be able to pressure. Is he pulling the boys? Are we pulling the boys?
Oh, we're pulling the boys.
Oh, baby. Here we go. We're pulling the boys. He knows this 1-gate expo. He killed a Dragoon. You only have 1 Dragoon. We're pulling the boys.
Wow. This is going to prompt a pull of the boys probably from Bonyth as well. We're going to see a lot of workers fighting here in a second.
Man, this is crazy. But can he just cancel the Nexus?
Oh, no, he's not gonna. That's for sure. Probe's being targeted down. A little bit of a late reaction here out of Bonyth, though. He does have 2 Dragoons. Probe's just being slaughtered, unfortunately, here. And SCVs of Mihu trying to get in on top of these Dragoons. Space being created for that bunker to finish. And, I mean, if those 2 Marines make it inside that bunker, this could be a dead Nexus here from Bonyth.
And the real big deal is he's getting all the SCVs out, too. If he would have lost all the SCVs, like, Protus can play on a little bit here. But the fact that he... Oh, my goodness. Those are 2 hurt Dragoons. He's just going to kill these Dragoons with the Vultures. And he's going to end the game here. There's going to be nothing left, and he's going to be able to just kill probes. Oh, my goodness.
Unbelievable control here out of Mihu. I mean, man, just putting a dagger into the heart of Bonyth here, game number 2, man.
Yeah, and it's going to take Bonyth a little while to get out of his base because he's going to have to kill that bunker off first. And oh my goodness, the amount of probes going down, machine.
Yeah, that's tough, man. This is a tough spot to be in if you're Bonyth. You're down, you know, 10 supply. Man, it's 20 to 30 supply. You've lost your Nexus. You've lost way too many probes. Well, we got 3 gateways. We got a robo and a robotics facility and a dream here for Bonyth.
Yeah, he's just going to have to go all in, right? He's going to have to just go 3-gate with the shuttle or something. Old school bulldog style playing, just get in there, right? Like,
hope for the best.
Hope for the best. You know what he could do, machine? He could elevator in from the 3rd.
Ooh, I saw Quark asking for elevator in the comments earlier, so maybe he'll get his wish here.
Right? Could elevator in, make it happen, just go for it. Oh my god, is he gonna get that other SCV out? Oh my goodness.
SCV does get out, just, I mean, complete optimization here from Mihu. I mean, this isn't his first rodeo either. He knows that Bonyth has to get really wild here to maybe get a win. And I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do about it. For a second, I thought the siege tank shot his other siege tank for a second. I was like, what is going on here? Like,
Machine told me can't throw. Mihu said, here, hold my beer. I'm gonna shoot the other tank.
I like the turret placement in the main. It's almost looking for an elevator already, right? So, actually, Bonyth not gonna elevator. Looks like he's taking a Nexus at the natural, and he's feeling like he just wants to try to play this one out.
Oh no, don't try to squeeze. Oh, shuttles are not probes, they're big boys.
Yeah, they're big and slow and stupid, just like everything else Protoss has.
That's right. That is right. And there's just no space. Oh.
Oh. Sorry, Bonyth. Mihu is just too buttoned up this game.
He's like, I will not die to this after getting the most phenomenal start I could get.
I mean, I don't blame him. You can't take your foot off the gas against a player like Bonyth. They'll punish you for it, you know?
Yeah, you just got to keep on going. I wonder if Bonyth will just try to do a 2-base, just macro. Oh, here it is, finally. Mihu coming with the 4-pack.
I mean, now this has to be just the most optimal situation for a 4-pack, right? Like, you're going up against a Bonyth who's already taken just unbelievable amounts of damage. Everything has been slowed. Eco's been completely shot. If there ever was a time to just put the pressure on and do the Mihu style, it's right now.
Yeah, I mean, you see Bonyth's trying to take a third, and I understand why he's doing it. He needs to get some way back into this game, but he's just not going to have that many units.
Yeah, we're looking at
a in the world here.
Pretty weak probe count at the natural here for Bonyth. 5 Dragoons as well. And I mean, like you're saying, I completely understand why Bonyth does this, right? He's got to just hope that, you know, he can maybe get away with some eco that he doesn't quite deserve in order to kind of get back into this one. But obviously, Mihu not going to let that happen here. 4 factories. We're seeing 6 tanks moving across the map here.
And he just went back for the other Reaver. I would love to see him be on the high ground with those Reavers, you know?
Yeah.
Alright, so here we go. The Reavers are out there. We're going to see with the SEV. So he's going to have to start sieging and moving in. Really good first shot.
Yeah, great scouting, though.
Ooh, that one definitely took a shot.
Look at this leapfrogging from Mihu. All of the tanks are just perfectly spread, not allowing for any unfortunate situations to happen here. Huge shots from Mihu, and he only trades that for an SCV. So at least, I mean, there is no turret. This will give Bonyth some free reign to continue dropping this Shuttle Reaver. And here we go. Good spread from Bonyth, moving in here, focusing down the forward tank. Reaver's being dropped, but first Reaver falls. Second Reaver getting another shot off. There's just too much blue goo. Jesus, man. GG is called there from Bonyth. Mihu, you know, mounting a pretty big comeback and taking a very quick game number 2 after that start there. Wow.
Yeah, man. You got to be careful with that first unit, especially when you're going to go at the Nexus and Robo. A lot of Protoss, I see that, like, even especially Mini, who likes to do a 19 Nexus, they usually go second gateway now, just so things like that don't happen before the Robo and just delay the Observer a little bit because of pressure builds like that. I mean, Mihu was decisive and he went for it. Which, you know, for a player like him, and I feel like a lot of the Chinese players we do see, if they're going to pull the trigger, they're pulling the trigger. Like, they're like, that's it, here we go.
Yeah,
and he decided he wanted to end the game right there.
I mean, it was all stemmed from that Dragoon kill, right? Did 2 Marines for a Zealot and a Dragoon being killed off, and that's right when Mihu knew, like, now's the time to go, now's the time to pressure. We could definitely kill off a natural, and he did so. So yeah, big win there from Mihu. That means we are going to get down to Power Bond for the final game here in this best of 3. Power Bond, a great map for this matchup. Razz, what are your thoughts about Power Bond for PvT?
I like it for PvT because the bases are very open from all sides. So Reaver play is definitely able here. And it's kind of far for the Terran to push to a third gas. Like, if you look at any of the bases, like, they got to push a little bit of a way to get there. So, timing attacks can be really strong. And Carrier's Machine, pretty good on this map. A lot of outside area to fly through. All things that Bonyth likes.
Right on. Well, with that, both of our players are set and ready to go here. So let's jump into game number 3 on Power Bond. And spawning top right as the blue Terran from China, it is Mihu.
In the bottom center, it is Bonyth.
Yeah, Reaver's good here. Carrier's good here. That means this is just a good Bonyth map, honestly.
This is a very good Bonyth map. Like I said, can be very good for PvT. Good timings to try to break thirds as Terran try to push out. Because even if they take that mineral only, you're like not too worried. I mean, there's not that many patches. I think it's okay. So we'll see. We'll see what Bonyth has come up for this. I feel like this is a map that we don't see a lot of the Chinese players select either. A lot of the times it's vetoed by them.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're probably much like the majority of the foreign scene. They're grinding a lot of the ladder maps as a priority most of the time. So Power Bond been out of the circuit, let's say, here for a little bit of time. So might feel a little less confident on it. But either way, it made it to the final 3 maps. So just by it not being a ban, likely Mihu's got to be feeling pretty confident here as well.
Yeah, of course, you're right. He has been the champion. He knows what it takes. He definitely is not going to be afraid. He's going to get after it. But Bonyth, advantage early, going to get the first scout.
Yeah, man. Big Bonyth getting the first scout as per usual here. Core just about to complete. I don't know. We're not seeing anything out of the norm from either of these players so far. But yeah, just given their base positioning for this matchup, what can we kind of expect as we get into mid-late game here?
Well, I think Bonyth has good access right to the main with his shuttle right from the bottom area over here, so he can have some pressure with his goons and fly the shuttle in from the bottom. But if he needs to go around, he can. So I think we're going to see a bigger turret ring from Mihu, or he's going to have to play the Armory Goliath style.
Okay.
And I would imagine that Bonyth is going to be able to just take a third base, keep it together, and just go with the same kind of style he's been going, get those carriers out. I mean, carriers are strong here.
What third base would you take as Bonyth?
I think him taking them early is okay, but if he wants to go those fast carriers, maybe taking the base to the left, like up to the left above him as a third base would be fine as well. And then just keep your goons positioned by those 2 ramps.
Not the high ground one, bottom left?
You can, just kind of far away. I mean, we haven't seen Mihu do so much drop play, but things like that can get tricky with defending it.
Right, we did see Mihu do some drop play against Dewalt, I believe. It did some incredible damage, so... Okay.
Oh my goodness. Machine, is it...
Whoa.
2007? Is it 2007?
I think it is, man. Wow,
what
fact port.
Is this?
I don't know, this feels prepared to me, though.
Yep.
We were just talking about all the reasons why this map is so great for a player like Bonyth, for drop play in particular. And no one expects to see that from a Terran to kind of kick things off, honestly.
I wonder what we're going to have. Vulture, I guess, drop here. That's going to be the play.
I would assume this is, Vulture mine drop. Where do you drop? Like, do you come into the main? Do you go from the back of the natural to the main?
Yeah, I would imagine he is going to want to come maybe even go through the top of the map, like kind of along the edge to really be a surprise.
He could go right side to bottom, maybe. I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see, I guess. Still, this is going to be a very fast dropship here out of Mihu. Vultures are finishing up. There is likely going to be a third command center down any second here. Meanwhile, Bonyth has that robotics facility inside the main second gateway already complete. Observatory next to cap it all off here. And ooh, Mayan's going out in the center, just trying to get that common scouting positions like he has been doing this entire game. Yeah, you were right. It looks like dropship moving across the center, likely to start a drop inside the main base here of Bonyth. Bonyth focusing on trying to clear mines.
I like that he's keeping it all together. Where like it's like, oh hey, I'm still playing standard. Like I'm still playing.
Right.
All the way. Oh my goodness, will this probe? No way, dude.
He's gonna see it. I can't believe he's gonna see it, but he's gonna see it. Oh, it's right there. He sees it. Immediate reaction. Dragoons pulled into the main here. Dropship also gunning for the main. Observer turning around here. And he's just barely gonna try to get on top of some of these probes. Oh, man.
This is not enough damage here, Machine. Not for the delayed CC when Bonyth having up 2 Nexus.
No, definitely not, man. I like the gateway wall off at the natural at the same time. He's so good.
Yeah, this is devastating that probe caught that dropship. And this is something we talk about a lot, right? It's almost worth to... Oh my goodness, he sees the other one too. He saw it. It's almost worth going a longer path, right, when you're doing this type of style.
He maybe didn't notice because it looks like Vulture's going to pick up some kills here at the natural. And yeah, Bonyth's not turning around.
So, a lot of times with this style, siege mode is super late, Machine, so you can do it. We saw that in the Dewalt Mihu game, where Mihu did this and Dewalt did the same thing. He went and busted the front because there's no siege.
It looks like Dragoons going to be targeting down some SCVs here. Vulture going down as well. Tank is wisely stuffed way in the backside here. Oh! Wow. Solid hold.
Yeah, really solid holds. And we have a ton of probe kills on those one. That one Vulture had 7 already on it. Ooh.
Ooh, dropship being followed here from Bonyth. Looks like it is going to be chased out towards the center of the map here. We have siege now. I feel like Mihu, even despite the failed drop in the main, is kind of stabilizing on even footing here against Bonyth.
Yeah, I think he's definitely that one. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Oh no! But
oh man, big.
But that one drop got a lot of probes. I think that really put him back into the game, and we see even more probes going down here now.
Yeah, every single one of these pickups at this point is just so huge. He's forcing Bonyth to keep more and more units at home because the drops have just been relentless. The dropships have not been killed off, so there's still more potential Vulture drops in the future here for Bonyth. Bonyth going to be taking his own mineral only though, so we are seeing him transition into third base style play. But a 4th and 5th factory being added here for Mihu as well.
Yeah, I think Mihu's feeling the same way as before, right? Like, I did some significant damage. Let's get after it again. Let's go pressure him. And man, these drops are relentless. This is what we said, Machine. We were saying the opposite for PvT. All these Reaver drop would be crazy. Mihu took it into his own hands.
Ooh, just out of vision. Going to get the unload off, and now another probe, another probe falling,
3,
another probe,
4,
and another one,
5,
and
6,
another one. Another
7.
probe died.
Oh my goodness, Machine! It hurts me to watch.
Yeah, this is painful, man. We're also seeing 2 on gas for Bonyth at the natural here. Shoot.
He does have an observer in, so he knows the style of play, but we don't have a Reaver this time.
Yeah, we definitely don't have that patented Bonyth Reaver, the highlight maker, man.
No.
Not in this game yet. Third Nexus does finish up, though. Oof. Yeah, this is gonna be tough,
oh,
man.
No. Oh no.
Oh no, he's gonna get more probes.
Oh.
I mean, any opening, any potential opportunity, and Mihu is just all over it. I think we still have the dropship alive too, so it's not like there's not
Oh.
more drops in the future here.
We have a Wraith to deal with the dropship Bonyth.
Okay, okay. I like that. I mean, is he just going to go to the high ground here?
I imagine he's going to want to funnel units through right here like this choke the best he can. You know, and then just leapfrog down.
It's like Shuttle trying to find some damage here.
Oh.
Wraith going to start pushing it off, though. And
Late
here we go.
stage. Oh, the Reaver just got out. First shot goes down on those tanks. Oh
Reaver
my goodness,
does fall,
really
but not
big
before
shot.
doing some significant damage. And yeah, looks like somehow, some way, Bonyth might clean this up. Oh, never mind. Wait. Oh my gosh, it's so close.
Wow.
Still, he survives, but there will be 3 vultures remaining here. Looks like Mihu going to end up chasing down some more probes of Bonyth.
Yeah, vultures make very, very fast machine.
Yeah,
So he's going to be able to reinforce and get in. I mean, he can run around now and just keep harassing Bonyth over and over and over again with these vultures. And like you said, guess what's still alive down there? That dropship.
Yeah, he definitely could continue redropping the main here with some of these vultures, or even dropping behind the natural at this point. Yep, we're seeing him work towards that dropship at the moment. Third base still vulnerable, main still vulnerable, and he's just kind of spreading Bonyth a little too thin here. Oh, it gets scouted. Dragoon's going to move towards the dropship here, but not before they try to grab a few kills. This is all just like additional insult to injury at this point, right? He doesn't really need to get too many more probe kills.
Oh no. Oh. Okay, the Dragoons. Oh, that one lands. But I heard more vultures get picked up here, machine. I heard that. Yep, there it is.
Those are some good ears, man.
Yeah, Protus, you know, gotta have big ears for the big brain. Come on, man.
Probes are falling in the main once again here for Bonyth. Ah, man. Bonyth, though, controlling his heart out, really trying to prevent any additional damage. But it looks like Mihu confident enough to expand towards his opponent here. And will be catching Bonyth out of position once again.
Yeah, and he just needs to set his lines here, right? Because if he can... Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, good. If he can just get this Nexus, he's in good shape. Oh, good. He's clearing those. Wow. Good tank spread. Good connections here.
He does have Reavers, though.
He does have 2.
Falls. 2 tanks fall.
Wow. Bonyth cleaning this one as well.
How does he do it, man?
He's crazy, man. Ooh. I just don't know if the damage has been done already. We see Bonyth floating 1200 mineral, needs to get more gateways down, needs to get more macro going. He is on the brink here of getting broken if he loses that third base.
Yeah, he's 1000% relying on this, relying on, you know, those Reavers. Unlike every other game we've seen between these two today, there isn't much of a follow-up here from Bonyth. He's kind of stuck on this mineral only. We don't see a Stargate, you know, there's not going to be that fancy Corsair tech. There's no carriers behind this. There's no other base behind this. It's really Bonyth just trying to hang on.
Yeah, so I was questioning why Mihu would take this base like towards Bonyth, but it's because it has a gas there. So he wants that third gas. That's the way he's going to do it. All right, speed shuttle, but again, and you know what? If anything, this is just tasking Bonyth to keep coming back to his base with units, man.
And like, that's when he pounces, right? Yeah.
Yep. Oh, good. Reavers were there this time. But like this is where Mihu really excels, right? That multitask piece and picking off one.
Man.
2. Oh no, he's got to be careful. He drops these Reavers. There are mines. Oh, runs away.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that vulture got away.
Unbelievable. 25% damage only.
I mean, the Reavers just stared at it menacingly, like, you better get out of here, kid. Once I reload, oh man, you're in some serious trouble.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like Dragoons coming out in numbers.
Oh,
Sacrificial Scouting Siege Tank coming in here.
Oh, wow.
He's like, I didn't even need that one.
That one. Take this. I'm up 30 supply. Oh my goodness, again, Machine, again. Oh my god, please don't drop a Reaver there. Okay, thank goodness he killed the mine with the probes, or else I saw absolute disaster.
And that's opened up the space he needs to kill the third, looks like.
And he's just getting all the probes and another scouting siege tank going in.
Well, it's do or die time here for Bonyth. Looks like Bonyth trying to consolidate his forces here. There's not much of a concave to really work with.
Oh my goodness, the shuttle's back in. And look at the unit count difference, man.
Yeah. So many siege tanks split very well here for Mihu. Reaver's coming in though. Big shots. Nice D-Matrix though on the lead tank there from Mihu. And once again, man, somehow, some way, Bonyth just finds a way to looked like he was going to hang on there for a second, but then the rally comes in. GG is called there, and Mihu will be your victor in that series.
Wow, that was Mihu displaying his multitask is just another level too, right? Like he's just able to keep Bonyth on his toes, going back to the main, going to the natural, attacking the third all at the same time, which is very difficult to deal with for any player.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, it's just that constant multitasking. I did not expect to see, you know, the winning game 3 build be fact port, you know, in a TVP. It's not something you see very often at all, but Mihu, you know, making it work, making it happen, and showing why he is the best of the best, man. Like, he is just such a phenomenal Terran player there. So yeah.
Yep.
Looks like he ends up taking it.
Kind of turned the map on his head, right? Like we said, oh man, Bonyth can get his Reavers and fly around and do all this stuff, but it was Mihu who was able to abuse the drop play on the map.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But yeah, who we got up next, Zero? Okay, so actually we're going to have another epic match up next. It's going to be Dewalt facing off against XiaoShuai in an epic Protoss versus Zerg. And Razz, you know I'm excited. We finally get a Zerg in here for today, man. So I'm jacked for this one, man. Yeah,
this is your moment. This is your moment, man. This is what we're here for. The one PVZ of the day.
Yep. Right on. Well, folks, I think we're going to go to a real quick break here, but we'll be back here soon with Dewalt facing off against XiaoShuai. See you in a bit.